And a very welcome to you, my friends, dare I say, family. The Aquarian here is to remind us that we are, in fact, all one human family, equally divine in our origin and our present state. And we look to uplift the good and to beautify this world with our very presence. So we come on this very special third week in the season of Scorpio to bring that light to the dark recesses of our own psyche and in the world around us, being light, being a reason for hope, seeking truth, and being a brave, courageous warrior for these truths. The truth that we are all equally beautiful, equally chosen to be the best versions of ourselves and to inspire others to through our actions. I'm pretty sure that God doesn't give a darn what we believe, but how we act. Okay, Scorpio season is feeling intense. Intensity is a very pertinent, poignant theme of the Scorpionic energy. It is diving into the recesses of our soul to bring healing there. Scorpio is a scalpel, scrapes up the cancerous tumor so that real, meaningful healing can happen. It's the poison and it's the antidote. We create a place of peace, and we come here for healing, for a quenching of our soul with the spirit of truth, light, and courage, to not be afraid of the dark, to not stick our heads in the sand and just hope that it all passes by, but perhaps we chose here to come into this very time to help in this transition out of the Kali Yuga, the Piscean age of delusion, into the light of knowledge and truth, which is what the Aquarian age hopefully signifies. But the truth can be dark sometimes and uncomfortable. We're at the South Node in Sagittarius, finishing up its round, asking us to question our belief systems. Do we have a belief system that holds one up as saved and another as not? That's not egalitarian. That isn't truth. That has no justice in it. Some group being chosen and others not. Some deserving more privilege than others. No. Aquarianism is about community, building, strengthening, and forcing, whilst individuation is promoted. Self-individuation, not individualism, where we don't care about the other, where we only care about our own needs or wants or desires, without caring, having concern or compassion about the others. Such qualities of the Piscean spirit that have been depressed, suppressed, the feminine energy that runs Pisces. So let us be courageous in caring for one another. Let us be courageous in our compassion for not just others, but for ourselves too. And that's where healing happens. As we heal others, we're healing ourselves and vice versa. If we think that we can't go out and make a difference in this world and help to minister to others until we're perfect, well, good luck on waiting for that day. We're perfectly imperfect. Wounded, perhaps, and from our wounds, we can offer healing to others because the Scorpio energy has been down in the depths of death and dealt with it. Brought love there to itself so that I could bring it to others who are down in those depths. What beauty we can find in the dignity of death and suffering, and let us die to those things that are keeping us from being our true, authentic self, courageous in our soul, pure of heart, so that we might have clarity of thought, discern, so we might be a good disciple, a disciple of truth, beauty, love, justice. That means when we step into our authentic selves, not giving a shit about what other people think about us. They're not going to be there on our deathbed going into the gates of judgment. We are judging ourselves as we judge others. Constantly. So it would make sense for that to happen through death. Do we not see the rebirth that happens after fall and winter as we go into spring? Well, does that not make sense that that same very law would carry through? So if we don't have the courage to create a world that exemplifies justice and equality, then we could very well be born into a world where, as a slave, even more so. Intense time, I know. And it's going to be conflict, and we'll see dark spirituality. My friends, the dark occult use astrology. They have for thousands of years. That's what they have exoteric knowledge of in the inner circle. And they kept it for themselves and used it against those who don't have the light, the knowledge, the gnosis. Kept us thinking in just the exoteric, literal version of these stories without giving us the real meanings. Having us being scared to look into what they call the occult, hidden from the eyes, what's behind the doors, what's taboo. That's what Scorpio season is about. What goes on behind closed doors. So this is a time to go within our own psyche into the depths, the dark, the shadows, to bring light there for healing. And as within, so without. So we bring healing to the world around us. That takes courage and truths that can be uncomfortable. South Node Sagittarius, breaking down faith systems that frankly aren't true. Even harmful to the truth. That we're all equally created divine. And that takes courage to stand up for the truth sometimes. But we believe that the truth will bring us to a greater ability to love, and for love to shine into this world, more so making it beautiful. That's not ignoring the dark and sticking our head in the sand and being cowardly because what somebody might think of you. This is standing up for the downtrodden, the oppressed, those who are on the outskirts of society, knowing in the egalitarianism of this world, balance. if you look around, things can get a little bit dark and depressing, especially because the fear-mongering that our media pushes on us constantly. We are under attack. Now you could just ignore it and say, oh, let me just, as long as I have my cookies and milk, as long as my family's taken care of, that's all I care about. Cutting yourself off from the human family, you'll feel very lonely. And vice versa, you could just go get caught up in the other, losing yourself and your soul. We want to find our own balance with others, healthy boundaries, so that we could channel that water. That's why Scorpio is so strong, a water fixed sign. The deep, dark waters where we find beautiful treasures of truth. Now let them come to light, and let us be harbingers of such truth. It's an intense season, I know, and it's going to continue to be intense. Sagittarius season will lighten up a little bit, but then we go into Capricorn season, and as we go into the new year, let us be the hope. Let us be a reason for others to have hope as we stand in our truth courageously, being courageous enough to look at ourselves honestly and to bring love and forgiveness and compassion there. Those deep waters, unfathomable mercy doth they contain. We dive into that and we rise up as the eagle, strategic in battle, this spiritual battle that we're in, this material battle that we're in. We're so quick to separate the spirit from the material, having us living for the life to come, and our reward being heaven as we suffer slavery here and we just keep that cycle going. Woo! A little passionate today. We have Mars and Mercury in Scorpio. They're going to square the Aquarian energy, but luckily we have a sextile from Venus and Capricorn. This is being open to building anew in line with what is true, what gives us the most dignity as human beings, not lording over another. And in that truth, we rise up and we light up the world as the phoenix. I know perhaps we wish this world was already ablaze in truth and love. Let us highlight that without ignoring the dark. Let us beautify the beast with compassion and exemplification. So it is. We keep this short because that's how we do. We celebrate the sacrament of the Aquarian, ridding ourselves of any animal sacrifice or human mock sacrifice that we think takes away our sins. We stand in sovereignty and we take ownership of our mistakes. We look to make amends and we look to forgive as we seek to forgive ourselves and accept forgiveness. We bring this water, we bring the heavens, let them rain down and glorify and sacralize the waters of earth so that heaven and earth become one as we are one in body, mind, soul, and spirit. As above and so below, so mote it be. Let our souls be nourished with spirit divine so that we go forth this week in love, in courage, and in purity of heart.